All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, Facebook community, and welcome to our next segment of Green Chat. I am joined again this week by Kristy Mederios, Area Manager for Canna Care Docs, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island locations. Kristy, welcome and thank you again for joining me.
Thank you for having me again. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. I also want to just welcome all of our sister communities, all of our Canna Care Docs states joining us from Maine, from Connecticut, from Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey, Maryland. We also have our sister certification companies joining us from Colorado. Hello to Relaxed Clarity and Medival Clinic. So glad to have the communities from all of these organizations joining us here today. So really just excited to have such a robust agenda for you today, talking about a lot of things, specifically about Massachusetts, but hopefully other states will find the information informative, interesting, and maybe you'll be able to take an insight peek into how it compares to your own state. So again, we're focusing on Massachusetts today. There's still a lot that's happening in the world and in the state surrounding the pandemic around us. I just wanted to provide a quick update that Massachusetts currently is undergoing the different changes in the phases. My trusty assistant in the background here, Katie, will go ahead and put in the comments section a link so that as a Massachusetts resident, you can keep abreast of those changes, really understand the different phases, how they affect your lives. Where can you go? Where can't you go? What can you do? What can you not do? What am I supposed to do? So feel free to click on that link and check for any updates if you are in fact a Massachusetts resident. Many states also have on their .gov sites as well similar resources. So by all means, check your state's web pages and note that there's a wealth of information available to you. Last week we gave a shout out to a birthday boy. So this week we're going to do a little bit of a different shout out. I want to shout out congratulations to Laura Barboza, who has been promoted to Senior Graphic Designer for Calyx Containers. Laura, congratulations. So glad to have you in the realm, in the industry. And for those of you who don't know, I know many people know that what dispensaries do, they know what certification centers do, but there are also so many other aspects of the industry that are so critical and important to ensuring that patients have access to safe medicine. So Calyx is actually the industry's first airtight, resealable, child-resistant, that's super important, packaging line and inventory management system. And you can view them on calyxcontainers.com. That link will also be in your comments as well. So hello to our friends at Calyx who are watching us today. Thanks for being a part of the industry, certainly a very important part of the industry. Speaking of shout outs, do you have a shout out? Do you have an employee who's celebrating a birthday? Do you have an employee who just went above and beyond with a patient? Do you, as a patient, did you have an exceptional experience at a dispensary and you really just want to send some kudos on our next Green Chat session? We'd love to invite you to communicate that information to us so that we can share it on our next session.
Definitely.
So email shoutout@cannacaredocs.com. That's SHOUTOUT, shoutout@cannacaredocs.com. We'll review them, we'll go through them, and we'll be happy to share your excitement with the rest of the community. So again, shoutout@cannacaredocs.com. I look forward to seeing all the success stories and positive patient stories that come out as a result of this.
I'd like to send out a quick shout out.
By all means.
I'd like to just say congratulations to Joshua Gaskell, class of 2020, Diamond Bangles. Congratulations, so
nice.
Proud of you. So there's our first shout out.
Excellent, excellent. Congratulations. All right, let's dive in now. We're here today. What are we talking about today? Certainly a lot going on. Today we really want to understand the importance of why get a medical card in Massachusetts, where in Massachusetts adult use is legal. So why would I get a card if there are adult use dispensaries that are available to me to access at any time? Yesterday, of course, Governor Baker allowed for curbside pickup for adult use sales, which had been halted since March 24th as a result of the COVID crisis. Following the initial halt, of course, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts saw a massive surge in the number of people seeking medical cannabis certifications because this access to adult use dispensaries had been halted. So either patients who had, people who had never been a patient or were a patient, but then decided perhaps they didn't see the value in keeping their medical card status, dropped by the wayside and were suddenly finding themselves without access to cannabis as a result of this shutdown. I do want to really point out, though, today's segment is not to discuss. We're not here to debate adult use versus medical. There is a place, each and every one of you knows which bucket you fit into and where you feel most comfortable in. We're not here to debate that here to do today. What we are here to do is really provide you with the information with respect to the medical program and help you understand the benefits of being a medical cannabis patient in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So Kristy and I are going to share things that you may already know, maybe some things that you thought, well, I didn't know that was true, or wow, I never knew that at all. So we want to make sure that you have the information before you to be able to make the appropriate choice that's best for you, whether you choose to remain an adult use consumer, or if you feel that there are certain benefits from being a medical cannabis patient that would help you. We're here to provide that information to you today. Again, we just want you to have an informed decision. So I'm going to turn it over to Kristy so she can start sharing some of those benefits with you.
So in the state of Massachusetts, lots of benefits to having your card. So as you know, there are a lot of recreational facilities in the state of Massachusetts. Lots of people go to these dispensaries. Using your medical card, you are saving, number one, on taxes. The cost of your medicine, as you know, can become very, very high. So getting a card and using your card is not only saving you in the taxes, but you're also allowed to use the benefits of the patient discounts that these dispensaries offer. So not only are you saving money with taxes, you're also saving money with the patient discounts that dispensaries offer. In the average of maybe a year, you're saving up to maybe $800, depending on how many times you do go to the dispensary. So again, you want to save this money, make sure that you get your medical card, you don't have to pay the taxes. As you know, I go in the dispensaries quite often, and taxes do add up. So definitely save your money, make sure the cost stays down, grab your card. In the state of Massachusetts, they actually just, November of 2019, eliminated the $50 charge to get your card. So now you don't even have to pay for your card. You just go online, do your registration, and make sure that you're all set with the state and you're valid for 1 year.
Can I jump in just
Yeah,
quickly
can.
to that point? So I certainly want to credit my resource here from a Boston Globe article from October of 2019. Nicole Snow, who is, of course, the executive director of the Massachusetts Patient Advocacy Alliance, a great friend of mine, a great friend of Canna Care Docs. Certainly, we just love the work of the MPAA. It was written that Nicole applauded the decision of removing this $50 registration fee, saying that the removal of the fee was a long time coming with a lot of effort put in by patients and advocates. And this next part I think is really critical. And she went on to say, the fee was undue stress to receiving health care. And yes, you're having your medical cannabis card in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. That's a health care. Receiving health care, and it was an obstruction. So it was an undue burden to patients, she said. What this really means is that patients are going to be treated equally, just like any other patient who is seeking out health care, and that is huge. Snow added that the $50 fee reinforced the stigma of using medical cannabis. Again, I think we've seen that in our own clinics. Patients pull into the parking lot, and even though in their mind and in their heart they recognize that medical cannabis is truly a choice for them that they feel fits their lifestyle, fits their needs, there's still that look of just the stigma heavily weighing on their shoulders. We see some patients sitting, gripping their steering wheels, really contemplating that initial step to walk into our offices. So there's still a heavy stigma. And of course, Nicole went on to say it made us feel like it was a challenging hoop to go through in order to seek out medical marijuana as a healthcare option. We felt outcasted and not like anyone else. And now we feel like we belong in the healthcare system. So that's really important. Medical patients should not be made to feel that they're outside of the healthcare box. This is certainly a choice that should be available to patients as they see fit, as their choices and as their needs dictate. I'm sorry, Kristy, I didn't mean to digress. Please go on.
Especially for new patients, new older patients, they have lots of questions. The questions can, they start from I don't want to smoke to, how can I use this? I'm just looking for something for my back. Here at Canna Care, we go through all of that. We will give you information and recommend products that can be used for specific ailments. Just because you think it might not be used for your ailment, it could possibly be. So questions that are asked to us can start all the way from, I don't want to do this, and in the end they're, okay, I think this is okay. So again, many different forms to use it. So if you're feeling as if you don't want to use it in a certain way, you can certainly, ask us questions and we'll give you information on how you can use it.
If I could, and that's not even just for new patients. We have patients who have been self-medicating for many years, even prior to the 2013 Act, and they recognize that medical cannabis is a true therapy for them that's effective. However, sometimes they come in and these patients are still completely uninformed with regard to what kind of medication can work best for them. So sitting in with our educators is eye-opening, even for some patients who have been self-medicating for some time. So it's really rewarding to have not only new patients who come in with a stigma or an uncertainty about what they're about to embark on, but even patients who, again, have been fairly experienced come in and leave saying, well, gosh, I've learned something new today. I really feel like I'm more informed than when I came in. So
definitely,
we love to be able to really educate our patients and provide more information, have them leaving with more information than what they came in with.
Definitely, the education that I have learned over the past few years, again, I thought I knew everything about it, but I don't. And there's even more to learn. Every day it's changing. So it's very exciting that we're able to use this as medication, and the stigma is starting to fade away. I just wanted to point on the financial hardship programs. There are lots of financial hardship programs. We do at Canna Care have financial hardship programs that we do participate in, as well as the dispensaries. A lot of dispensaries have financial hardship programs that you can just give information to. And so every time you go in the dispensary, you'll be able to use that discount, as well as veterans, great veteran discounts in the dispensaries, as well as at Canna Care.
Absolutely.
So I just want to go into a couple more points of reasons why you should be getting your card. So again, we talked about cost and how much money you're going to save. Second, I want to go over pretty much quantity and quality. So the amount of medication that you're able to purchase is really a big difference if you're using it recreational. Recreational, they're only allowed to equivalent of 1 ounce per month. To where if you have your medical card, you're actually allowed 10 ounces every 2 months. It does get replenished as the months go on. It definitely is a fantastic situation that we can grab that in case we're cooking with it, baking with it, using it to make anything that other than using it in its natural form. So the quantity, again, can be very beneficial for people using this for medication. As well as the quality. The quality of certain medications you can't get recreational. So you would want to get your medical card so you can get either higher dosage medication or a better quality medication. So again, a couple of things to keep in mind: quantity, quality, and cost. Again, preferred access. So no waiting in lines. The medical dispensaries, if they are recreational patients do have to stand outside and wait in a line. Medical patients do not have to wait in any of those lines. We do have several dispensaries that have curbside pickup. And now that everybody did just jump back into recreational in the state of Massachusetts, most of them are doing that. So just look at your local dispensary and see which ones are doing it, so you know where the most convenient place is to go. So again, why should you get your medical card? Cost, you're going to save money. Everybody loves to save money. The quality and the quantity of medication that you'll be able to purchase is definitely something that you would want in the long run. And again, preferred access. Just another point that I want to send out is coming to Canna Care. Again, we are with you the entire journey of your medication So if you have questions, concerns, problems, issues, something's not working, you can't find something, give us a call. We will make sure that we get those answers for you as quickly as possible. I want to give out a quick shout out to the call center. Our call center is here right in Fall River, Massachusetts, so a quick shout out to them. They do a great job in answering questions, booking appointments, and setting you in the right direction if you have any issues or problems. Right now, during COVID, as you know, it's been a little, crazy. So if you can't get in touch with us, leave a message, email, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Great. And that's all true. Certainly, so many benefits to being a medical cannabis patient, and many of these benefits and information that we've shared with you in the last 15 minutes or so can be found on the MPAA website. That's compassionforpatients.com. You'll find a lot of the initiatives that have been worked on. There's some reporting features there. So if you've had a negative interaction with law enforcement or whatnot, there's certainly ways to communicate that. So this group really does a lot of work to ensure medical cannabis patients' rights, which are very important, and they continue to strengthen these rights, the ones that Kristy mentioned, and are continuing to look at different ways to make the program stronger and ensure that as a medical cannabis patient, you feel less stigmatized and that you have the same kinds of access as traditional healthcare patients would. So that's very key, and that's very critical. I'd like to dive into a little bit about what I feel the biggest part of the advantage of being a medical cannabis patient in the Commonwealth is, and that's from the eyes and the lens of our own patients here at Canna Care Docs. So Canna Care Docs has been certifying patients since 2013, so we feel very confident that along the way we've developed processes and workflows and procedures to really improve that patient experience, and we're always looking inside to see how we can continue to improve upon even that. So as Kristy mentioned, things are constantly changing. We're constantly learning. Our providers, there's a good deal of communication within our providers. There's a level of education, of course, that's required even by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts for providers to be able to certify. So you can be assured that your providers are educated and knowledgeable. Our educators, our administrative staff, the people who actually work one-on-one with you, some of the most remarkable people that I've actually worked with from a cannabis perspective, because they're so knowledgeable. Many of our staff are patients themselves. So they really understand the level of compassion. They understand the level of knowledge that's required to truly make an informed decision. So I'm really pleased and really proud to say that that's something that the organization offers. Through COVID, again, if the call center happens to be a little bit busy, backed up, based on the fact that people are trying to call in and make appointments, you can always go online, www.cannacaredocs.com, and you can click on book an appointment. Go right through our e-booking session. It's really super easy. You just click on the date that you would like to have your certification done, click on the time that works best for you, and you'll plug in some information, and we make it really easy. I believe we summarized this in our last screen chat session, but again, your appointment will be confirmed. One of our staff will reach out to you to collect any documentation, your identification. On the day of your appointment, a staff member will reach out to you to collect your final payment, connect you with the practitioner, and will help you through that process. And of course, the back-end support with registration is still there as it always was. So now I also want to talk about something that I'm really excited to talk about, because this to me is just groundbreaking. This is exciting. Over the years, we've talked to, thousands and thousands of patients, and we hear a common message with our patients. Many of our patients don't have a primary care physician, or if they do, they don't want their primary care physicians to know that they're utilizing cannabis as an alternative therapy. So that was really concerning, because our clinicians want to have open dialogue with a patient's primary care, because they really believe that there's a holistic approach that should be taken with regard to your cannabis. This isn't a one-off treatment. It's part of a bigger picture to ensure that a patient's health needs and goals are met. So it's important. So Canna Care Docs is now a part of the Skylight Health Group, which is so exciting, because imagine now you have the ability to source a primary care physician and a network of integrative services that embrace cannabis therapies. Not only cannabis therapies, but all kinds of alternative therapies. And having your clinician work in harmony with traditional medicine and alternative therapies without any kind of stigma, without any concern that you may lose your primary care physician because they don't approve of your choices in alternative medicine. So Skylight Health is doing just that. It's going to help you achieve your health goals. And it was started, of course, as a result of that fragmented healthcare system. So rather than having your bucket of primary care here and hiding your alternative therapies that you're using here, let's put everything together under one roof and really approach your healthcare needs as a totality, because that's what you deserve. Everyone deserves that kind of approach in their healthcare. Yep. Patients shouldn't be afraid to openly discuss their healthcare choices with their primary health care or with their physicians. They shouldn't be afraid to share that information. So patients should have access to a collaborative team of providers as well. I know I myself, with the, as we get older, you start to need various services to ensure that you're in tip-top shape and that your healthcare goals are being met. So imagine now if those services are now under one integrative umbrella. So you have convenience on top of the fact that you now have a team that's going to embrace you as a patient, your choices. We welcome our patients in Skylight Health to bring new ideas and work with the provider to guide and support your journey, because it is your journey as a patient. It's your journey. Each of us know best what we feel is best for us, and we need the hand-holding and the guidance of our clinicians, but we should have a voice in those choices. We should have a voice in those conversations. So simply put, Skylight Health is an open practice, willing to explore what's possible to create the best outcome for those patients, your patients, you as patients, the way it should be. If you have more questions about Skylight Health, there is a website I'm going to direct you to, skylight.health. Katie will go ahead and put that up in the comments section. You can take a view through our webpage and really see what Skylight Health is all about. You have the ability to request appointment. We do have clinicians now who are actively taking appointments. We want to start you on the right journey. So here in Massachusetts, we'll be working with patients out of the Waltham and Worcester locations initially. In Pennsylvania, our Ambler, Pennsylvania patient base, by all means, you can access Skylight Health there. And of course in Bangor, Maine. So hello to Melissa, our nurse practitioner in Bangor, Maine. Hello to Casey, our medical office assistant there. They are eagerly awaiting to start you on the right healthcare journey through Skylight Health Group. So again, skylight.health, take a peek at that. Canna Care Docs is going to be a welcomed service of Skylight Health. So you won't have to hide, you won't have to feel stigmatized, you won't have to fear risking the loss of your primary care physician. So really exciting stuff. Kristy, anything to add on that?
No, I'm excited. This has been, in the works. I'm excited to jump on it, and excited that it's 2 clinics in Massachusetts. So
definitely. So to that point, those patients who normally go to our Waltham or Worcester clinic, the clinic doors might look a little different when we are actually able to return back to clinic. You're going to see the Skylight Health logo on the doors, but rest assured that Canna Care Docs, those services are still going to remain as part of the healthcare group there. It's the same location in Waltham. Worcester, I'm really excited to say we're looking for some bigger and better space there, really close and convenient to the existing Worcester location. So great things to come, really just making sure that you as a patient is the focus of everything that we do. That's just so critical.
Definitely.
Without our patients, what we do is really all for naught. So anything to add before I jump into the closings,
No,
Kristy?
again, just important to remember that, getting your medical card not only is important for cost, quality, quantity. You get us. Any information that you need, we can, supply to you. And just a quick note, you have your medical card in Massachusetts, you are able to purchase in Rhode Island. Rhode Island is a reciprocal state. There are a few other reciprocal states. You can actually find that on the website as well. But again, it's a great idea to get your medical card, and it's really quick, convenient, and easy to do it right now. So give us a call.
Absolutely. So, in closing, again, shout outs, please, by all means, if you have just a great experience that you want to share, you went to a dispensary and you had a really positive experience, the bud tender just shared some knowledge with you that you didn't know prior to walking in, or there was a particular strain that you felt that this dispensary excelled at, or if you as a dispensary have an employee with a birthday and you just want to give them a little recognition, please use our channel to be able to communicate that. We're really happy to bring the entire industry together in one place. Shout out at cannacaredocs.com. It should be in the comment section now. So now we begin our thank yous. So, of course, thank you, Kristy, for joining me again in person today. I think we had a little bit of fun today. I hope you, as patients, enjoyed what Kristy had to share about obtaining your card in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the benefits surrounding that. By all means, thank you to CB2 Insights, the parent company for Canna Care Docs, Medivale Clinics, and Relax Clarity, our certification centers in the United States. Big thanks to Skylight Health Group. We are so excited to be able to be a part of this initiative and bring patients something bigger than just a fragmented healthcare approach. So we're really excited about that. We really hope you'll check out that website, skylight.health. The MPAA, of course, the Massachusetts Patient Advocacy Alliance, and the entire team there. www.compassionforpatients.com. Lots of great resources there, not only resources that have existed, but now ongoing initiatives. So definitely worth taking a peek at their site. Check it out once a week, see if there's anything new going on. Again, if you have any particular concerns, there are different avenues within their site that you can report some incidents that you may have had. And they certainly want to hear from you as a patient. Again, Jean St. Pierre, we keep talking about getting him here. He's in the other room, so we probably should have brought him in here with us today. Thank you to you. Certainly a great friend of Canna Care Docs and a great friend of mine. And of course, Eric B. Media, who none of this amazing studio would have been possible without his efforts and the efforts of his organization. So lastly, and certainly most importantly, we want to thank you as our patients. Those of you who have trusted us and our organization throughout the years, thank you for really just continuing to stick with us and really continuing to understand what we have to offer. Thank you to those who go and take a peek at the skylight.health website. We think you'll be really excited once you see what Skylight Health is all about and really understand how it can impact your own life, how it can better your own life and your own healthcare choices. We really encourage you to visit that site. So there's a direct online, the ability to go online and request an appointment, or you can dial in directly for more information. So we encourage you to do that. Any final thoughts? Any final words?
No, again, it's been great to be here. And again, if you have any questions, just give us a call.
Okay, we're here every Tuesday, live at noontime. We have fun bringing this to you, and we hope you've enjoyed it just as much. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.